Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Stonewall. We've got the veteran here on a voice comm with us to roll for a very large battle that is incoming.
Yep.
Let's get straight into it with the CCP. I am aware of no housekeeping to address. The CCP has 6 IPC to spend. They're going to spend it all on 2 infantry. Clears their bank, and then they'll collect just 2 from the rail. They have no income anywhere. And then they'll have a recruit roll hitting on a 2 or less. That's a miss. And with that, we can move over to the Soviets. We'll start with the tech roll. We've got a roll for jet fighters that will be rolling at an 8 or higher. That's a hit. And then we have 1 diplomacy roll, and we're going to be going after Ireland. It's on a 2 or less. That's a miss. Alright, over to the purchases. We have 30 to 4 to spend, and we're going to be spending it all. We're going to be starting an airfield, building 2 rails without terrain. We've got 6 militia, 2 airborne, 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 5 points of strategic bombing damage being repaired. With that, we can move over to the combat movement declarations. We have only 3 combats to declare on this one. From Turkmenistan, we have an airborne boarding the air transport and flying 1, 2, 3, 4 to Taurida, conducting an airborne assault there. We have from Kalmytskaya, everything that can move has already been moved over to the battle board, but it should be 5 motor infantry, 3 artillery. There's going to be 1 AAA staying behind. 5 motor infantry, 3 artillery, 9 militia, and 6 infantry from Kalmytskaya. We've got 2 fighters from Kalmytskaya also joining that fight. We've got 2 militia from Tula-Lipetsk joining that fight that have already been moved to the battle board as well. A fighter from Moscow, 2 fighters from Leningrad, which fly 1, 2, 3, 4, have 1 left to land. We've got 1 airborne from Moscow boarding the air transport from Kaluga Oblast, flying 1, 2, 3. Got an airborne assault there. Oh, those have already been moved down too. They need to be deleted here. Did you delete the airborne too?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the 2 fighters in Leningrad. Yeah, you already got them. Okay. And then we have 1 more combat. We're going to have 1 militia and 2 infantry attacking Oral Kursk from Kaluga Oblast, joined by a medium bomber from Leningrad. And that should be all of them. Medium tank is driving through Tula-Lipetsk into Donetsk-Kuban, but that's already moved to the battle board as well.
We can land this air transport as well.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be landing in Kalmytskaya. Alright. With that, we should be able to go ahead and start rolling out for the big one. Start with the air superiority. Well, first strike goes first. So you've got 1 artillery, and I have 3 artillery. One hit.
Miss. That was my arty.
I didn't mention it in the combat move declarations. The motor infantry are driving to the north before entering from Tula-Lipetsk, so they don't have a river penalty, but the infantry all will. Okay, next is air superiority in AAA.
Yeah, the roundel is in the north.
2 hits on attack. got 3. Yeah.
I'm like, your air superiority didn't matter.
I'm pretty
Oh
sure it still rolled at the
no.
same time, isn't it?
I mean,
Even
it
if it
doesn't
doesn't
matter
matter.
though. I didn't have any. Yeah. I missed though.
Okay. I've got 2 hits with the fighters.
Great.
And then we'll roll for the rest of the attack. We have 11 militia attacking at 1, 3 infantry attacking at 1 with a river penalty, 3 infantry attacking at 2 with a river penalty and an artillery boost, bunch of motor infantry, airborne. So we've got the militia and the penalized infantry. 2 hits there. Boosted infantry. Nothing there. Motor infantry. 1 hit there, so that's 3. Airborne. That's nothing. And then a medium tank. That's 1. So 4, 5, 6 total, apart from the first strike.
Here I go. Everything. Oh, wait, airborne hits.
I think just those 3 here, and then 2 here.
That's 6.
Nice. Okay. We'll lose 6 militia.
I lost 3.
And with that, we've got our infantry lose our river penalty, and these 3 are boosted. The airborne drops down to 2. All right.
8, 13.
Pressing round 2.
7, 8, 13, 15, 5.
Militia, round 2. 1 more hit. Infantry. Ooh, 3.
Wow.
And then these are all at 3. Jeez. My guys showed up to play for sure.
7. Wow. 8, 9, 10,
Ooh,
11,
that's all of them.
13.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Ouch. That's everybody.
That's a lot too.
2, 3, 4, 5.
9.
8, 9. Okay.
Okay. So we've got 5 militia. An airborne. And then we'll do. You got 9 hits.
Yeah.
3 infantry. So that's what we're at.
Dang. Ouch.
Not bad at all. Not bad. Both hurt. Okay. Round 3. We've got the motor infantry at 2. 1 more hit. At 3. 4 more hits.
4. Yeah. Oh, 5. That's everything.
Yeah, okay.
You're good.
2.
2.
Okay.
Ouch.
We'll lose 2 infantry. So 1 infantry survives of the infantry class, and everything else lives. All right. With that, you should be able to
Yep. All right. Have
leave.
fun the rest of your turn. Later.
All right. Have a good one. All right. We'll go ahead and land our aircraft too. That's supposed to happen immediately. We've got 2 aircraft from Leningrad that only have 1 movement left. They're gonna necessarily land in Kalmytskaya. We've got 2 fighters that came from Kalmytskaya are landing in Stalingrad, and the fighter that came from Moscow is landing back in Moscow. The air transport is going to land in Moscow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then our last combat is going to be Oral Kursk. We've got 1 militia, 2 infantry, and a medium bomber on attack versus a light tank and 2 infantry, 2 militia on defense. Attack. 2 hits. Defense. No hits. And then round 2. There's it. No losses there. We have finally reclaimed our major factory. Now let's see how long we keep it. And the medium bomber will land in Leningrad. Okay, with that, we can move on to our non-combat movement phase. We do have quite a lot more to do in this case. We've got 2 subs, 2 coastal subs from M8 moving to I5, and the 4 subs from I5 are moving 1, 2 into I7, and they're going to split there. 2 subs are going to be moving into I12, and the other 2 into I10. Okay, we've got 2 militia from Turkmenistan moving up into western Kazakhstan. A factory from Turkmenistan is being railed to Leningrad. The factory from Novosibirsk is also being railed to Leningrad. We've got an infantry and a militia from Moscow moving up into western Russia. An infantry from Leningrad into Karelia. Seaplane from Karelia into Leningrad. Medium armor from Leningrad into Smolensk. Joined there in Smolensk by everything that remains in Kaluga Oblast. That's 5 militia and 6 infantry. And then in the far east, we're just gonna run away. All right. I do believe with that we have all of our movements accounted for. So with that, we should be able to place our buys and collect our income. Uh, this will be... Oh, he deleted my in-progress marker. This is being built into Lilipetsk. And this all gets placed. We've got the 5 damage repaired in Leningrad. That's not right. Militia, yeah, got left behind. Okay. We've got 2 militia being placed in Leningrad, 1 in Karelia, an artillery, an infantry, an airborne, and a militia in Kalmytskaya. I'm gonna have to make a new task force marker here. I'll clean this all up before I pass it along. International Brigade and airborne in Moscow, and 2 militia in the east. We've got 1 in Irkutsk and 1 in Angara. And then we've got 2 rails. We're going to be building one over the torched rail between Smolensk and northern Belarus. And the other one will connect western Russia to Smolensk. Clean this up before passing things along too. Okay, and then we'll collect our income, which clear our bank there, which right now is 29 plus 3, bringing us to 32. Yeah. I guess with that we've got everything in place to pass things back over to Be Nasty for Japan. So we'll leave things there and say best of luck on your next rolls.